Hello, friends and fellow Vedsies. Welcome to what is going to be a truly bonkers vlog. I am going on a spontaneous, crazy road trip. I've done this road trip once before, years ago. It's basically the longest road trip from Vancouver that you can do in one day. It's a round trip. It goes all the way up the entirety of the British Columbia Highway 99, aka the Sea to Sky Highway, but it goes further than just the Sea to Sky portion, all the way from the Canada-US border up to Lillooet, and then I'm going to cut across on the Highway 97 over to Kamloops and all the way down the Trans-Canada Highway back down towards home. So this road trip takes about 11 hours. I was gonna say it's a marathon, not a sprint, but it's both. It's a marathon in that it's gonna take so freaking long, and it's a sprint in that if I want to film anything at all and get home without having too much of the drive be at night in the dark, then I have to get on my feet and get all the stuff done quickly once I get to the little towns I want to film. I'm not even sure what I'm going to film. I'm not even quite sure how I'm going to document this road trip, but you're going to come along with me, and it's going to be crazy. It's so cold today that I thought I actually might have to defrost my windows. It's fine. It is 7 degrees. It only felt colder than it is, but it doesn't matter. I'm still going to make a road trip up north. So, a little bit of backstory here. I have a few days off from work now, and I'm going to spend it making some travel vlogs. And the reason I have some days off from work is because originally the plan was that today I was going to drive down to Seattle, across the border into the States. I was going to have a fun time in Seattle. Haven't been down there in 2 years, for obvious reasons. And then tomorrow and the next day, I was going to go to 2 KISS concerts in Washington State. And I was nervous that they were going to get postponed. But what I never expected was that the concerts would be able to go ahead, but I just wouldn't be able to go to them. Mass gathering events are allowed in America right now, but the Canada-US border is closed to Canadian travelers. US travelers can come into Canada, Canadian travelers can't go to the States. This is the road that I would have traveled on to make it to the US border, and to be frank, I haven't driven down it since the last time I went to Seattle, so to choose this route to start this trip was a total tease for me. Hey guys, I'm here driving along Zero Avenue. So what Zero Avenue is, it's the road that goes just along the Canada-US border here. In front of me we may see the Peace Arch for a brief moment. There is no way to cross the border right now, of course. But this is where this portion of the drive is going to begin. I am here now traveling north on the Highway 99, right by the Canada-US border. The Highway 99 here becomes the Interstate 5 in America, and it goes through Washington, Oregon, and California, all the way to the border with Tijuana, Mexico. And I've driven the entirety of the Interstate 5 and the I-15. I've driven 2 full interstates in my travels. Unfortunately, I wasn't vlogging back then, but today what we're going to do is we're going to drive the entirety of the BC Highway 99. It goes up through the Sea to Sky portion, through Squamish and Whistler, continues up north through Pemberton, up past Lillooet. Yeah, this road starts out as a divided highway, much as it does on the Interstate 5 south of the border, and it is a divided highway through Delta and Surrey and up through Richmond as well. We are now passing the Hotel Vancouver. It's a fancy hotel up on the left. You may recognize it. It provides the external shots for the Hotel Tipton from the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. So, some childhood nostalgia for you there. then once you get into North Vancouver here, the highway merges with the Highway 1, the Trans-Canada Highway, just for a few kilometers till we get to Horseshoe Bay, and then we enter what is called the Sea to Sky portion of the drive, because it starts along the water and then goes up into the mountains. So it's a very beautiful drive. If any of you somehow find yourself in BC, this is the drive to do, I tell you. And now we've reached the Sea to Sky portion of the trip. They also call this leg of this journey a cultural journey, because they have little markers up along the road signifying the names of everything we pass by in their original language of the Squamish people. And gosh, we'll see as we round some of these corners just how gorgeous this drive is. We're right along the water, but we're going to be leaving the water for the interior as this drive carries on. So glad I live in BC. I've decided to stop along the road here in beautiful, picturesque Britannia Beach. This used to be a mining community. It's a prosperous mining community turned ghost town, turned popular tourist attraction, as they've turned the old mine into an amazing museum. I went there when I was a little kid. You can see where by the way, the mine trains go into the thing. When I was a little kid, this place was in bad shape. The windows were all cracked in, but they were already operating it as a museum. But after a while, they earned enough money from museum proceeds to completely refurbish the exterior of the building. Check out this mucking machine capable of lifting 1,500 pounds. One day on this vlog, I will do a tour of this museum and this overall area. Don't have too much time to stop on this epic road trip today, but one day I'll cover that. I think I'm going to throw a link in the description to a video made by the excellent local channel Exit Through the Gift Shop. He did the tour of this museum and made an excellent video on it. And they have a big gigantic dump truck out front of the museum. It's enormous. They film a lot of movies here at the mine, and they have some signed pictures from some of the actors that have played in these movies. No way, that's a throwback. And of course, Daniel Radcliffe. It is here that the highway leaves the beautiful ocean side and moves up high into the mountains. As we get towards Whistler and Pemberton, I'll fire up the old dash cam again and get you some cool shots from that portion of my trip. We're just passing through the city of Squamish, BC, and in front of me is that big, very vertical mountain slope is the Chief. Yeah, another beautiful picturesque spot. I went to the Squamish Valley Music Festival while they were still having that a few years ago, and it was breathtaking. It was headlined by Mumford and Sons and many others, and it was out just in the forest with these mountains in the backdrop. It was amazing, and yeah, there it is, the Squamish Chief. People hike up that thing, if you can believe it. Alright, I've made it up the road to the famous resort community of Whistler, and I'm just doing the little Whistler Village stroll just to stretch my legs. Like I said, I'm on a tight schedule, so I can't spend too long here, but it really is beautiful. I know I sound like a broken record. I'm saying that about everywhere I go, but can't help it, it's true. Whistler was, of course, alongside Vancouver as one of the host cities to the Olympics in 2010. Hosted a lot of the alpine events here in town. Of course, it is a very popular ski and snowboard destination. Can't tell really from this vantage point, but we're up in the mountains now, and there's 2, if not 3 major mountains with their gondolas you can actually see up back there, that are very, very popular in the winter. This is one of the few BC tourist communities that is quite possibly more popular in the winter than in the summer. Now, it's definitely not ski season yet. You can tell that after multiple heat waves this summer, the slopes are totally bare right now. But I mean, still a good amount of tourism goes on in this town year round. It's beautiful. Like I said, wish that I could spend a little bit more time here, but we are on a quest to get all the way up the entirety of Highway 99. So back to my calling, back once again to the open road. Hey guys, so this is where I've decided to end this part of this episode. I'm just editing it right now. Filmed a lot of stuff, definitely enough for 2 parts. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow with the rest of this adventure. I'd like a little bit of credit here. I drove for 13 and a half hours, and then I spent an additional 2 hours editing it this same night. This is the same night that I did the trip because it's Feds. Normally I would have done this tomorrow. I would have given myself the night off, but it's Feds. I gotta upload it today, so give me credit for that. The rest of this epic road trip tomorrow.